Destiny, 83.5% overall win rate. Have you seen anything like this before?
I have not, Humanist, but let's bring our contender from the Americas onto the stage. Representing North America, it is Alicia Destiny.
Alicia! In the building and feeling good, making her way up to the stage, dancing, walking to the beat right there. Some flavor and talent all in one, the real deal. One of the best players in the world and about to show it right here, right now.
Alicia is incredibly confident, incredibly skilled, and she is the player to beat in this grand final. But it is no mean competition that she's got to go up against. Representing Southeast Asia in this competition, it is our mobile pro player. He's been on stage before, he's competed in world finals, and he is a monster of a player himself. Let's take a look at Iraqi Zoro's stats.
And this is the man of the hour, Iraqi Zoro, playing for Southeast Asia right now. Overall win rate, 72%. Known for his Giga Cannon play, but let me just tell you, this guy, his micro skills are off the charts. He's absolutely the master of strategy. He can do it all, and he is ready to make his way out onto the stage right now. Iraqi Zoro.
Iraqi Zoro making his way onto stage. Looking at that win rate as well, I just want to highlight that all of these players, the average win rate in the game is 50%. That is how far above the bar we're talking. These players are in the competitive sphere. They are incredible players. And Iraqi is one of the quickest climbers to make it to Tiberium League out of any player in Rivals history. He came in, he played the game for a bit, learned every micro tactic there was, and suddenly he was Tiberium League. He got there before me, and I
played more ladder games, and I'm like two leagues below him right now. It's crazy.
All right, let's take a look at the first map that we have for this grand final. It is going to be Broken Mesa, a very open map. You can do double harvester, but it's very difficult to protect that Giga Cannon. If that's what Iraqi wants to go for, it's going to be a rough strategy on this map.
So what I love about this map is it's really going to give both of these players a chance to show off their micro skills, their micro abilities. There's so many ways that you can maneuver around the top and the middle platforms here. It's going to be a true test of their abilities.
So these guys gearing up. This will be the first of our best of three. Remember, the loser then gets to select the map. Decks will change, but Alicia and Iraqi are both undefeated in this competition so far. Neither of them dropping a game. Iraqi dispatching Jade. No missiles lost. Alicia losing only one missile in the first game to Blade, which was a very hot contest, but we are loading in, Humanist.
Loading into this game right now, our first game of the finals. It is underway. 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Alright, here we go. Zoro running another Giga Cannon deck, it looks like. He loves that deck. Oh no, it's not. It's actually changed up. It's more of an aggressive GDI deck with War Dogs for a scout. He also has an Orca in head. That Orca is really good against the MLRS. The MLRS is the point of Alicia's entire deck. She's got an MLRS deck to work with, so Iraqi looking like he's got a counter straight off the board.
But he has to keep that forward position. If he allows Alicia to set up with that MLRS, things can blow up in his face, literally. Right now, Alicia Destiny just microing around the map, blocking off the movement onto this Harvester.
Iraqi just trying to distract while he charges the missile at this point. He's going to meet Predator to Predator right at the top of this map. He's actually putting a lot of pressure onto Alicia. He's going to micro 2 in and try and get a pincer movement on this Predator.
It looks like Alicia did have the advantage early on, but now
Iraqi has the win
down to bottom. Iraqi able to take it, and the first strike as well. Alicia Destiny will she be able to turn this one around?
Iraqi getting the first missile with relative ease versus Alicia. That is kind of unheard of. Versus Alicia Destiny, he has put so much pressure, but Alicia now is going to start ramping up, moving towards Iraqi's Harvester. This could be still close yet.
Once again, you see these Predator tanks just being moved around, trying to get damage onto key units while microing back here. And Iraqi Zoro now with the Orca out doing massive work onto those Predator tanks.
Oh, the Pitbull though, the Pitbull gets the kill on the Orca, but Iraqi's got another one on the field already. Pitbull's coming out very heavy for Alicia. He's actually going to take that one out.
Easy able to take it out with one shot. Both players countering the other out incredibly well. Hammerhead takes out the air units with the help of the Pitbull. Pitbull from Iraqi now moving in with the War Dogs, wants to contest the top platform. Things are getting sketchy here as the 2-minute mark approaches for this game. Now the boost coming in from Colonel Jackson. Let's see if Iraqi can he hold the middle platform.
Oh my word, is Iraqi in control right now? If he can body block that bottom platform and keep everything alive,
this could be Iraqi's win right now. Iraqi, you have to hold on to the platforms. Can he do it?
No.
Alicia, moving down Alicia. Look at his player around Alicia.
Oh, that was one.
Second strike. This is anybody's game, and this is what we're looking for in the finals.
That was a turn that I have never seen anything so close. Iraqi manages to get almost to victory, but doesn't quite manage it. A single War Dog away from claiming the first game, and now he's going aggressive with these harvesters, both of them stacking those predators rather on each other. But Alicia now finding her way back in.
I mean, this is so incredibly fun to watch right now. Just like these players are so smooth with their movement. I can't believe half of the plays that they're actually making right now.
All right, there is the Shockwave Troopers coming in to deal with these jump jets. Iraqi might end up sacrificing these. You have to get rid of that Hammerhead somehow because the Orca is completely useless while the Hammerhead is on the field, and Alicia is finding her way back in here.
It looks like a great turret placement from Alicia has set her up for potentially the second.
Oh, wait a second. Iraqi's on the top platform.
Iraqi top the top. Iraqi Zora will take game one.
Can you believe it? The #1 player in the world with an 81% win rate, and Iraqi has just taken the first game.
Oh, Iraqi Zora bumping up that win percentage just a little bit. That's a feels good man.
Look at him. Look at him on the screen. This guy is a mobile esports pro, and he is confident. Alicia's now going to keep her thoughts together because that is an upset. There's no other way of describing this. That is a massive upset in this
I bet his
final.
heart rate's at like 50 BPM too right now. He's just chilling.
I didn't even think this was possible. I genuinely did not think this was possible. I thought Iraqi was going to do well, but I thought Alicia was going to win this pretty easily. Iraqi just took the first game away from Alicia, a guy who has played almost no ladder. He scrims only in alliances with friendly games, and he is one game up in this final.
Yeah, I think one thing to mention is that these players, they've seen what their opponents did a little bit earlier on, what kind of decks were being played, and that allows you to adapt on the fly. Iraqi, no stranger to that.
Let's take a look at a replay from that game. Alicia will have the option to select the map for the next round. But this is that second missile that Alicia managed to steal away from Iraqi. A single War Dog kept her in the game here as Iraqi lost that. But Iraqi, look at that emotion! Look at that emotion! Oh, he looks happy, he looks confident, and that is just insane. I just wasn't expecting that. He's back down to a calm level. I need to get back down to the level that Iraqi's at right now.
I think so. It's great to see these players show that excitement. We know that they're so focused on the game, but the moment you get that victory, it's just that sigh of relief.
We're going to chuck it over to Dan, Nivalu, and Gasti to have a little breakdown of that game. I'm sure they're as lost for words as we are.
Well, Iraqi Zoro, I mean, what a perfect story this is in the moment. Taking down the #1 player. I mean, talk me through it. How on earth did he achieve that?
Yeah, well, I mean, what a Cinderella story. The newcomer who has been playing the game for, a shorter amount of time than Alicia Destiny, who's pretty consistently been ranked 1. Maybe this is the day he just throws the queen of Command and Conquer Rivals. It could be it. On the other hand, I think you really see how more experience in the mobile esports has really paid off. He was very calm, he was very collected. I think at the very beginning of the game, I actually saw Alicia misclick, and by the heliport, which only had the hammerhead instead of the harvester, which I think really hurt the early game, she maybe could have gotten the first missile otherwise. So
yeah, the heliport first is a good example of just how the alerts can get to you when you're playing in a live audience. But she recovered amazingly in that second missile. I was so confident that she was going to lose that second missile, but recognizing that she was going to get body blocked on the Pitbull for the bottom platform and swapping her hammerhead onto that platform, simultaneously redirecting the Pitbull to the middle platform to snipe the missile was an incredible play.
Now, the big question for me, I saw how Alicia Destiny reacted when she lost there. She did not look comfortable at all. Very sad, head down, body language all wrong. Can she come back from this? And if she can, how is she going to come back from it?
I definitely think she can. She was saying earlier, right before this match, that she was a little nervous playing Iraqi. She doesn't scrim against him as much as some of the other players, but you know, now the loser gets to pick the map as part of this tournament format, so I'm hoping that I see her pick one that plays to her strengths. High micro, lots of tanks that can hold points or, you know, move around, get harvesters, things like that.
Yeah, Raki brought out a pretty unusual deck, actually. He brought out a Orca, which is a unit you don't really see that much of Metal play, that could have caught her off guard. With the Orca being brought out, you never know what Iraqi Zoro is going to bring out. That's got to get in Alicia's head. She doesn't necessarily know what to expect. She just faced a very non-meta deck. So I think that she needs to play her bread and butter, something that she is most comfortable with, so she can just fall back on what she's practiced for thousands of hours on.
See, the games are that explosive, they're blowing out the microphones as well. I mean, what can we do? What can we do? They're just too exciting. Right, we still have plenty of action here. We still have a chance maybe for Alicia Destiny to come back into this one. Scoundrel, Humanist, let us know what's going to happen.
I have been shouting and screaming at how insane these matches have been all night, and this is definitely turning out to be the pinnacle as it should be in the grand finals. I believe they've moved on to open water. I'll have to get confirmation. I thought I saw it from across the room, which is a map that we've seen Iraqi take 2 victories on already.
I mean, your vision is really, that's pretty far away right now, honestly. Like, you were casting on like a mini screen earlier. I was incredibly impressed.
It is open water. I definitely saw it from across the room there. This is going to be a
in your ear, did you?
This is going to be a really cool map. I'm wondering whether this is going to be Giga Cannon versus MLRS, because that is definitely what it could shape up to be.
That's what I want to see.
Definitely could be the case, but if Iraqi takes this, he takes the final. Alicia's got to win this one to keep herself in the game.
I think Alicia definitely has the opportunity for a reverse sweep in this final series. Iraqi Zoro, though, very capable of closing this one out. No stranger to these high-pressure scenarios. And it looks like we have loaded into the game with an early rush from Iraqi.
This is an absolute madman start for Iraqi. No Harvester, Bike Rush. But it looks like Alicia is going to try and contest this.
He's got to take down the attack bikes or get a Harvester, or he's just completely on the back foot, right?
Yeah, if he doesn't get anything from this, it doesn't look like he's going to get enough from this. This could be a throw from Iraqi very early on here.
You know, sometimes you roll the dice and it just doesn't work out in your favor. Now Iraqi Zoro on the back foot. His economy is definitely struggling.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a tough one from Iraqi. He took a big chance there with an attack bike opening. He wasn't expecting the defense coming out from Alicia so quickly. And now Alicia is charging that missile. Here comes the Scorpion tank.
Scorpion tank taking advantage, even more of the early advantage here. Attack bikes from Iraqi Zoro trying to protect his Harvester. But this poor Harvester can't even get onto the Tiberium. Alicia Destiny is in 100% control.
Oh, it was just so risky from Iraqi early on, and the risk did not pay off. If you're going to do that in a game, at least do it when you've got that game up to work with. But Alicia back in full control here. Inferno's onto the field, and Iraqi now probably just going to lose his base to the Infernos, to be honest.
Yeah, this is all over right now. Iraqi Zoro will drop game 2. Alicia Destiny takes the victory in 1 minute and 30 seconds. One of the fastest competitive matches I have ever seen to tie up these finals 1-1.
Iraqi's smiling, he's keeping his confidence up, and that'll get Alicia back onto the territory that she needs to be on, back in that winning seat, and we are now down to a single game between the two of these players. That was so quick. Almost not worth talking about the breakdown. Iraqi went for a risky strategy, the strategy didn't pay off, and that is something that can happen in Rivals. If you go for that kind of aggressive rush and you don't get the reward from it, you end up so far behind, a good player will
I'm
never...
very used to things blowing up in my face like that. That was nuts. But sometimes you roll the dice, it doesn't work out in your favor, and you can just you lose the game so fast. Like, there's no way to come back from that.
And Alicia is never going to let you get back from that position. She defended so well. Iraqi spent a lot of time trying to take out the attack bikes instead of trying to focus the Harvester. Maybe that was his downfall, but unfortunately, he is now going to have to find himself in a grand final third match with Alicia back on that smiling platform. We've got no replay for this game because it was just so quick, but we might be able to jump over to Dan, Nivalu, and Gasti to talk a little bit about that match.
I mean, it went so fast, I'm not even sure what really happened there, but either way, Alicia Destiny, as Humanist would say, just wrecked Iraqi Zoro. Absolutely, it was just pure destruction. I mean, talk me through it.
Oh man, that was a game after my own heart. If anyone's ever played me on ladder, you guys know I love attack bikes, and so seeing attack bikes from both sides, incredible. But I think that Iraqi Zoro, targeting his attack bikes against Alicia's attack bikes instead of the Harvester really cost him, because doing that while she had a Harvester and he didn't, it's going to put his economy back for much longer. And Alicia, if anyone had any doubt over the first game that maybe she was going shaky or she didn't have it, this game proved she is still the queen of micro, the queen of vehicles.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, Alicia did something really, really smart that I want to call out specifically, which is right after she defended the Harvester Rush and she built 2 attack bikes to go for his Harvester, she didn't send both attack bikes against his Harvester. She kept one back on the platform, continuously charging the missile. A lot of players would have gone straight for the enemy Harvester, but she knew she had a timing opportunity where she was really far ahead and wanted to close out the game before he could recover. So focusing on continuously charging the platform was a really smart move on her part.
I mean, this is the perfect situation for the final. This is what we all asked for, right? The underdog, the new guy, the mobile expert going up against one of the best players in the world. What do you think is going to happen in this last game? Who do you think is going to take it?
Oh, I know it's my job to be an analyst and predict, but man, I don't know. What a crazy set of games. I want to say after this last one that Alicia, looking so dominant with a faction that is not her primary faction, just shows that experience at the end of the day still pays. She's played her game a lot, consistently been number 1. I think she's going to pull out something that she knows she's good with and could be another steamroll.
Yeah, I think after defending a Harvester Rush, I think Iraqi Zoro is going to be more hesitant to go for an aggressive play. So I think she's going to know that, and she's going to go for her late game Kodiak deck, which is GI, it's her bread and butter. It relies on late game tech, and I think that's the perfect move into this third match.
So the mind games are going to start to play a part here. I'm so excited for this final game in the grand final. 2 people are even more excited than me, Humanist and Excalibur.
Oh baby, we are into the final game of this best of 3 final. Alicia representing the Americas taking on Iraqi Zoro representing Southeast Asia. And oh my word, this is going to be close. Iraqi went for a very risky strategy, didn't pay off, and now we are down to the final blow. I can't call it either way.
I mean, I don't know if it was overconfidence or maybe just the overthinking the strategy. Whatever the case, this is coming down to the wire. If you're in chat right now, I want you to press 1 for Iraqi Zoro. If you're in chat and you're going for Alicia, press 2 right now. Let's see who gets more fans right now. As Iraqi Zoro fans, can they flood this chat out? Who will win?
If you're not going to count 1s or 2s, I want you to count how many 1s and 2s you see. So Twitch chat, count upwards. We want to see you count all the way.
Twitch chat cannot count, and we know this. That's what they only go to do.
YouTube chat can count though. YouTube chat can count. We know you guys.
Yeah, we definitely know. But you see right now, these players are kind of refocusing in, right?
Yeah,
You've had a couple games under your belt, emotions riding high. You have to recenter yourself, think about your strategy. You know what you came down here to do, and it's just time to execute.
We're moving on to the bullseye. That is what Iraqi Zoro has chosen. It's a very risky map. Everything's centered around a middle platform in a triangle formation. A little bit risky to defend your Harvesters. It is a very intense map, lots of micro going into this game. Air units are pretty solid in this situation as well. Let's see the matchup. Iraqi versus Alicia for the grand final. Here we go.
Let's go! Into game 3 here in the finals of the Rivals launch celebration. Iraqi Zoro versus Alicia Destiny. This is what it all comes down to. We've had these players fly in from around the world for this competition. Prizes on the line. Alicia sitting this buggy out early, contested by the attack bikes from Iraqi.
Here we go. Iraqi now moving back into infantry. Be able to deal with the rest of this buggy coming through. The laser trooper should be able to do that work. He's running a Giga Cannon deck, but with the air support of a Phantom and a Banshee. Should be able to control the skies versus the Inferno, but right now Alicia has control in terms of positive Tiberium traits. And here comes the Scorpion tank.
On the other side, Alicia has the Phantom as well, but with an Inferno. Really interesting. I'd love to see how this is going to play out. Scorpion tank will start to take control, and you see that micro right between all of these platforms here, just flexing on Iraqi Zoro.
Laser Trooper's up there. The buggy's going to come through now. He has to make sure he's really quick with this micro because the Giga Cannon's coming through. Is he going to boost him with the Oksana?
No, he wants to. Okay, he's going to wind up here. Attack Fudge onto the Giga Cannon. Giga Cannon getting good damage down to Alicia Destiny. Charging up the platform. Missile Strike should be going over to Alicia unless Araki can make some sort of contest. It doesn't look like he's going to do it. First missile launch to Alicia Destiny. One launch away from taking victory here in the finals. What can Araki Zoro do?
Oh, Alicia's coming through with the Scorpion. She's going to take out that Giga Cannon and that's the answer. He's going on to the Harvester.
Not looking good for Araki Zoro as his Harvester is pushed off of the Tiberium. It might even drop with one more attack. Giga Cannon able to keep it alive for now, but another Scorpion tank rotating around through the top side. It's Alicia has control. The Harvester has fallen.
Alicia has got control of the second missile as well, and Araki really does not have a good answer to the Scorpion spam coming out from Alicia Destiny. He has got that Giga Cannon, but it's just not protected, and he's trying to get it onto the platform, but that's not the right move.
Is it not the right move, scoundrel? Araki Zoro on the back foot. Alicia Destiny one step away from claiming overall victory. Can she launch it? The missile go! Alicia! That's what it's all about.
Congratulations, Alicia Destiny, representing the Americas. She is going to take the victory, and everybody in the Americas region is going to get themselves a free set of prizes in-game. All smiles on stage, but Alicia Destiny takes the #1 position. She's been #1 on the ladder for almost the beginning of Command & Conquer Rivals.
How about that, huh? Even Michael hyped up, jumping up onto the stage there. Araki Zoro taking the loss. What can you do?
All right, we are ready with Dan on stage for an interview with our winner, the winner of this entire competition, Alicia Destiny.
I think it's fair to say you're a fan favourite, and how does it feel that you've won every single North American player some in-game rewards?
It feels awesome. I feel like a huge load has been lifted off of me. Like, I was so nervous that first one I accidentally made that airfield or air tower, whatever it's called. Oh my gosh. That was just a huge face palm, like absolutely through that game.
I mean, nerves do come into it. You said you were nervous. You've conquered your nerves. You've won the competition. What message have you got for all of your fans that are here to support you both today and, I mean, like, in general through CNC Rivals?
Okay, I got nothing good to say but a cliche. Keep following your dreams and one day it'll come true.
Perfect. Perfect. Right. This is your trophy. Put your hands together for our CNC Rivals Community Champion. It's Alicia Destiny!